Welcome back. This is going to be Note 9 for the Photoshop class. What we're going to cover today is a photo merge. We're going to show you how to do some actions and then put together a composition. Now I'm going to jump into composition first because it's what we have most of the videos for. We have the golden mean and the golden ratio. There's also 10 tricks on Photoshop composition. Now, one of the things I do want you to do is take a few seconds or a few minutes and go to Fat Cat Digital. Click on it right there. And what they do is they have a before and after section, which will show you how they made these pictures. There we go. Taking a few seconds. And it's fascinating to show how they cropped off everything and changed the picture from what originally was to what it is now. I don't want to go through the whole thing. I'll save that for you. But they have several pictures that do that. Now another one is Sugar Digital, and it has some interesting demos too. I think that's Flo. Kind of looks like her, so this is probably an ad. I think she's progressive if I remember correctly. And then they'll show you how they made some of these pictures too. At least they used to. I don't see this is not going all the way in. So that's kind of interesting. Portfolio, about and contact. Here we go. And then you can click on it. That's under portfolio. They'll show you how they made that. Yes, internet is slow today. Oops, go away. So it shows you like a little video what they did to make it, how they took a picture originally and gone from there. I don't want to spend a lot of time on that because that's really for you to do. Now what I want to do is I have got some pictures up. There's Paris, merge 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are 4 different pictures from when I went to visit the Paris, and I took the pictures one at a time because back then I didn't have a really cool feature for panorama. Well, nowadays most cameras do have that ability. So this is kind of still cool to have, but it's not as needed as it was before. So I've got these 4. I want to put them together in one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go File, Automate, Photo Merge. Now since I've already got them open, there's no sense in telling it where they are, so I'm just going to go Add Open Files. And then I can choose, do I want to do a perspective, do I want a clinical, spherical, collage. Well, I'm just going to do auto because I found that to be the best. I'm going to make sure the images are blended together. And sometimes you need that, sometimes you don't. The content aware fill or the geometric distortion correction, but I don't think you need them for this photo. That's one of those issues that you try it after you're not satisfied with the photo merge. Or at least that's the way I found it to work best. So now what it does is taking a look at all these different pictures and stitched them together, and lo and behold, this is what we got. I probably could have done that, and probably in about another 2 minutes I would have finished. What's nice about this is you can do this over and over for batches, and it just goes wonderfully. So it would save you a whole bunch of time. And since I'm happy with that, I am going to go File, Save As. Can save it in Photoshop, and I'm just going to call it My Paris. And we're going to hit Save, and then OK. Now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to do another form of automation, which is the batch processing. There's another program called Lightroom that is really awesome when it comes to batch processing of photos. A lot of times you have a camera and each camera has certain weaknesses. Well, if you notice a series of shots that highlight the weakness of the camera or highlight a weakness of the environment that you were shooting in, you can correct them and then go through and automatically do all the pictures at one time. So it's a real time saving process because doing it one picture at a time can be kind of time consuming. Plus, it bores the tears out of you. I don't know about you. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a batch process and I am going to use the files that are open. Now, the action that I'm going to have is I'm going to put a wood frame around it. So, it's sort of like mounting my picture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the document name. I like that. I added this earlier when I was practicing because I hit a glitch when I was trying this for practice. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to have the document name. I'm going to add a number to it. And then I'm going to make sure it has the pictures extension in it. So I'm going to click on OK. And then it's just going to warn me I have to make it a little bit bigger. That's going to take a bit. There we go. Something that I did that I didn't show you, shame on me, is I told it where to stick it. I can't remember if I did that right or not, so I'm going to have to go back and look. Oh, did I kill it? Let's see what happened. That's weird. That's what I'm going to do in a bit. There's my Photoshop. And let's see what they look like. Ah, there we go. So what I did is I just took one picture at a time. There we go. So each one of these pictures now has a wooden frame. Now you notice it missed a little teeny spot right there, so what I would have to do is I'd have to come back and crop that out, but that's not bad at all. And I could easily live with that one. So I'm going to click close that, close that. Come on, be nice. Man, my computer is sluggish today. I don't know what that's all about. Now I've got another one that I'm going to play with. Just a second. I'm going to go with File, Open. And this is just to show you how I created. Let's see if I have it here, or do I need to go to my other folder? Ah, there we go. If you haven't seen this TV show called Lucifer, it's kind of a silly little detective story that's kind of cheesy. I would have never thought in a million years that I would really like it. And then one of my lady friends said, "Oh, you got to go check this out. It's really good." And I'm thinking, "Yeah, yeah, sure." And she says, "Come on." And I said, "Okay, I did." And she was right. Now, the reason I'm showing you this is just a little bit of a composition that shows you how I actually created this picture. Well, first of all, I started off with a fire because obviously it's Lucifer and Hellfire. And then I added the name and I cut that out from somewhere else. I found a picture of him with his wings, which I thought was kind of cool. And then he has a devil face, so I had a picture of that. I also tweaked this a little bit. I made his eyes just a little bit redder, but you can't really see it there because of the fire. And I did the same thing with this picture with Lucifer, and I think you can see the redness of those eyes a little bit better. And then I took a picture of the cast, put it together, and then there we go. I'm still not happy with it. I'm probably going to move this around. It's a little bit off-centered there, but this is how I've used. This is 1/3 and this is 2/3, and then this is 2/3, this is 1/3, and maybe a little bit more, but same way with the heads right there. So that's how I use that golden ratio to put this together. So that's an example of a composition. And also, if you wanted to do something like this for your final project, this would be an outstanding. Now obviously I don't want you to do what I've done or just recreate what I've done. That's a waste of it. I want you to be creative and have some fun with it. But if you want to do it for a TV show that you like, Star Trek, or what's the new one with Seth Meyers? It's the Orville, which is not on until Christmas. It's like, come on. But this would be a prime example of a composition. I played around with, the layout. They're not really that size. They're actually much bigger in terms of height. I shrank them down. I repositioned a couple of them, and I'm going to probably reposition him and switch him between these two characters, and then I'll be done with it. And it sort of looks like a hill with him being at the top. So that's an example of a composition, and it's for a TV show. And that's one of the things you're going to find out. If you're going to be doing stuff like this, graphic design work, you may be doing it for a TV show. And I actually have a former student that does some work for TV shows, although I think it's more on the video aspect than the Photoshop, but I know he does use Photoshop on occasion. So that's my notes for today, and I just wanted you to spend a lot of time looking at those other pictures and how people have done them, and just have some fun with this.